smoking blunts, dipped in cups. Fuck with me, I'm the chosen one. Some they strip for none. Some be their profession, some they don't mean shit at all. Some they taught me lessons. She probably been with many men. She care about his Benjamin. Snorting tastes like apple, but I swear she tastes like cinnamon. Hope she never let me go, even though she petty. Pray my niggas never fall. Gods, we live infinity. We gon' ball forever. Cuban links under the feathers. We some kings. Let's get this cheddar. We some kings. Baby, we should do shrooms, take trips with the cream in between some Xannies. While you moving in your panties? What would you do if every day was straight Chris? 8 lines, 8 hits, white girl she asking. Falls on me, happy with the family. Nothing but balloons floating through the room. I'll be passed out, so you ain't fucking innocent. You ain't fucking innocent. She say, boy, I'm down with anything. Bitches down with anything. Man, these bitches down with anything. Man, these bitches down with anything. Bitches down with anything. Bitches down with anything. I ain't playing any game. I ain't playing no game.
Appreciate that, family. Yes, sir. A real JR. A real Junior. Appreciate that, gang. We here. Yeah.
Jump in the car, we'll ride to the mall. Smoke like a molly. I know you like to party. So baby, let's go and party. Jump in the car, we'll ride to the mall. Smoke like a molly. I know you like to party. So baby, let's go and party.
What up? Appreciate you, Brody. Keep Grinding Gang came from TikTok. I followed you two on here, but ain't getting one back. Hey, that's my fault, homie. I'm gonna get you back right now. I got that. I appreciate the love. Truly. I'm gonna go ahead and follow you right now, gang. My bad. Nah, I already do, gang. Following since July 2nd. That might have been earlier today. Oh, that was you. Tripping. My bad. I'm tripping. Bam. There you go. Follow. Appreciate it, gang. I do appreciate it. Hey, man, what's up? We back, baby. We back. We back. And it's Wednesday. Wake it up out there. Wake it up. Wake it up. Wake it up. Wake it up. We here. It's not Friday. It's not Friday yet. We have not yet got to Friday. But we all here. It's Wednesday. I can't wait till Friday's stream. I'm not gonna lie. It's the 4th of July stream, man. Can't wait for that. Today we talking Diddy news. Oh my God. We talking Diddy shit today, man. Pause if necessary, all this. We got the fun side. We got the not so fun side. We talking about it all, man. So clap it up for yourselves if you here. Clap it up for you waking up this morning, breathing some air. Clap it up, man. Clap it up. Lick a shot for Big Papa in heaven. Lick a shot for yourselves for being so dope, man. Let's go. How we feeling out there, man? How we feeling? I appreciate you, a real Junior, a real JR. Forgive me. I did just follow you back, though, and I appreciate the support, you being in here right away. Appreciate everybody that's in here right away. I appreciate everybody, man. I am about gratitude in every form, man. Every form, every fashion. And I truly do mean that shit, man. It goes a long way. Support can go such a long way. You don't really understand how much support can mean to somebody. Support goes a long, long, long way, man. So, we talking Diddy news today. I mean, shit. If he could have supporters through all of this, the very least that we can do for one another that's out here trying to push positivity and push peace, we can support each other too. So, hey, appreciate you, bruh. Appreciate everybody that's in here. How we feeling? It's Wednesday. We talking Diddy news. How we feeling out there? Before we even get into any of that stuff, man, I'm talking to you guys. YouTube, Twitch. Because we live on both, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We live on both, baby. We live. How we feeling out there, man? YouTube, tap in. Twitch, tap in. How we feeling? I got my Pringles. I'm feeling good. It's Wednesday. I got some water. We got goals. We here, man. We here. Let me go ahead and set my YouTube super chat goal. I forgot to do that one, so please forgive me while I go ahead and do that right now. Super chat. Super chat equals one shot. And here we go. Super chat goal has been created. Let's go. What? My guy. What's good, family? Bless you and wifey. Hope y'all have a dope weekend. Hey, I appreciate it. You as well, family. You as well. Hope you and the family have a great one. Hope you definitely have a great one. Ah, man, it's like as soon as I go live, people want to message me to talk about stuff, and I go live the same time every day. And I'm not blaming, I'm not saying I'm frustrated, but it's just like, man, what's going on? If it's important, like, man. Started my vacation up here in Central Florida at the condo. Let's go, man. Clap it up for that. That sounds like a beautiful thing. Cannot wait till Friday for our stream, brother. Can't wait. Hope you all having a great time, though, man. Hope everything is going well with that. I'm trying to keep track of everything right now because I'm on YouTube as well as Twitch. So I'm trying to keep everything cordial. But that's what's up, man. How long have you been there? Started my vacation up here in Central Florida. How long you been out there? Because that's dope. I've been to Florida one time, and I was in the St. Pete area near Tampa. Super close, so we was driving back and forth to Tampa. Copped the Nintendo Switch 2. Okay. How is it, bro? Copped the Nintendo Switch 2. Been playing with my oldest son. I'm excited for the stream. Drove up this morning at 5. I'm in Polk County, Davenport, below Atlanta. Okay, shout out to that, man. Shout out to that. That's what's up. I have a Switch. I actually got my Switch right here. Me and my lady got a Switch. I got the Lite. She got the other one that you could connect to the TV. So we'll either play separate or we'll play on the on the console, on the screen. It's country out here. Hey, that's what's up. Sometimes country vibes, and I'm a city boy, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the country vibes though, you know what I mean? I've only experienced it a few times in my adult life, a few times, but as a kid, I probably did, but I can't remember. But as an adult, man, it's so peaceful. It's relaxing. It's a lot of space. Coming from the city as a city boy, you don't get that much space, man. That's one thing about the city. You do not get enough space. So shout out to that. I do appreciate the country. That's what's up. It's country out here. That's dope. That's dope. That is dope so far, man. I appreciate that for you, bro. Appreciate that. Hey, man. Anybody else in here? Let me know how y'all feeling. Did we have a good day today? Did everybody have a good day? I had a good Wednesday. I had a great Wednesday. I'm not going to lie. Worked. Work was cool. You know what I'm saying? Work from home is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's cool out here and it's not too far from Disney and Universal. We might go definitely catching Jurassic Park. Are you going to see the new Jurassic Park movie? I think it comes out this weekend. Or is that what you were talking about? Because I know in terms of movies that are coming out this month, we got Jurassic Park this weekend. We got that Superman next week that looks, I don't know. James Gunn be on some weird shit. So I'm not excited for the Superman, but I may check it out. And then boom, the week after that, we got none other than the Fantastic Four. So we got 3 weeks of cinema. Jurassic Park starting it off. That's I'm excited for the Jurassic Park. Hell yeah, great day chilling with my girl. We just finished seeing Belly. It comes out tomorrow. Hey, shout out to Belly. Classic movie. Classic. Hip hop. Belly is a classic one, man. Nas, DMX, Method Man, the illest nigga in Nebraska. So many dope things. So many dope things about Belly. Anybody just pulling up? Appreciate you joining. We are talking Diddy today, so you know what I mean. Make your way in here. Get right. Get a drink. Get some snacks. We talking the Diddy news, so you know what I'm saying. We gonna be talking about a lot. We gonna talk about the fun stuff. We gonna talk about the not so fun stuff. What we know so far. Reactions from the industry. Baby oil. We talking about it all, B. We talking about everything. The aftermath. We talking Diddy today. But before I do that, I just want to make sure my people are doing good. Chopping it up here with the chat. Just trying to make sure my people are doing good, man. So, if you in here, let me know you in here. Shout yourself out. Hope you are having a good Wednesday before we get into the Diddy stuff. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I want to definitely talk about both sides. Because there is some funny shit about this. Obviously, I can make fun of anything. There's the more serious side. Y'all let me know. What do you want to start with first? Hopefully you say, let's go ahead and get into the fun, man. Let's get into the jokes, B. Let's get into the jokes, B. We can start with the jokes. I'm always about jokes, man. But if y'all want to get with the serious shit first and then move on to the jokes, y'all let me know. Chat is up to you. Let me know. If I had to vote, which it is ultimately my call, so there's that. But if I had to vote, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to go with the funnies first. Why would you want to start with something tragic right off the bat? But that's the do you want the good news or do you want the bad news whole saying. That's where that comes from. Do you want to start off with the negative stuff and work your way to the more lighthearted stuff so you can, end off on a good note? Or do you want to start high and then end off not low, but, a little lower than you were to begin with? Always a good question. Do you want to start with the good or the bad? You want the bad news? You want the good news? For a stream like this, I think it's always best to start with the funnies and the good stuff. For multiple reasons, man. Hey, if you just join and shit, you don't want to just join midstream and end up in the midst of some devastation and debauchery. At the very least, you want to talk about something fun, hear about something fun. So you know what? I haven't had any messages in the chat. Nobody has made a selection. So hey, we starting with the funnies. We are starting with the funnies. All right. I've yapped enough. My 15 minutes at the beginning has gone by like I used to, or that I like to go ahead and get into. And let's start it. Diddy news. Have you guys heard about the Diddy news? 35-day trial has finally reached a verdict. Diddy beat the feds, man. Diddy beat the feds. Is that fair to say? Can we all come to an agreement and agree Diddy beat the feds? Now, obviously, the nigga is still in jail. His sentencing isn't until the 3rd of October, I believe. So he's still in the big house. He's still in the joint. But Diddy beat the feds. Can we agree? Can we agree? Is that a fair thing to say? Diddy beat the feds? Now you might be saying too, yeah, what do you mean he beat it? Pause. What do you mean he beat it? He's still locked up. He got found guilty of 2 charges. But the main charges on that trial, the ones that held the most weight, the more severe ones, he beat them shits, B. And I'm going to tread lightly with my jokes because I'm quick about shit. I'll say something, and as I'm saying it, as I'm hearing myself say it, after I thought it, another thought comes into my mind that's a joke. And sometimes you don't always just say the first thing that comes to your mind. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not always the best. Especially for me. My shit can get dark quick. My humor can get dark very fast. Especially I'm on y'all platforms. You know what I mean? I'm on YouTube. I love y'all. Y'all done suspended me already for a week. So I ain't trying to go back to that. Twitch, love y'all as well. Not even trying to get into that with y'all. But let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Diddy beat the feds, and we're going to get into it, man. I got the whole timeline here. This came down today. 35-day trial. Verdict met today. Let's get into it. Let's get into some housekeeping. We got a 1 sub, 1 shot goal right now. So the shot is right here. Anybody wondering? We do have the goal. It's going to stay right here. If you can see, it is some tequila in that motherfucker. That's going to stay right over there. If we get a super chat on YouTube, if we get 1 sub on Twitch, we will be taking that shot. And if we get more, that's another shot. So 1 sub equals 1 shot. That's what our goal is for today. Let's go ahead and start the motherfucking show. Clap it up for yourselves. We are getting started. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Let's start with... Let's just get into the story. Feel me? Let's just get into the actual story of what's going on here. Today, a verdict came down. Not guilty on 3 of the 5 counts. Not guilty. So let's just go through some of the timeline of what happened, and we'll go through what we know so far. We do know he was found not guilty of 3 of the 5. The lawyer and his legal team requested a $1 million bond. As of right now, as of like an hour ago, maybe less, we know that shit was denied. So the nigga's staying in jail. Diddy, you're staying in jail at least till October 3rd. But who knows what will happen when sentencing come at that point. He might get time served. We have no idea. But let's see what we know so far. So this is CNN. We're just going to read some of this here. Sean Diddy Combs denied bail as he awaits sentencing. All right, let's see where things stand as of right now. As of right now, because this is active. As I was making my notes for today, I had to keep updating it because new shit kept happening. Where things stand right now. Bail denied. Sean Diddy was denied bail after a jury found him guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. This morning, the judge cited Combs' history of violence and past illegal conduct, explaining why he declined to release Combs as he awaits sentencing. Hey, your past does come up to bite you in the ass, man. They're talking about his past of violence, his history of violence. Hey, we have proof of the violence. We're going to get into that because that's, that's later on. That's more of the not so fun stuff. But let's just go ahead and continue with where we are right now. What we know so far. The sentencing outlook. While Combs was acquitted of most serious charges, racketeering, conspiracy, the RICO, he beat the RICO, so that's why I said he beat the feds. I might just get hit with the RICO, he beat it. And sex trafficking, so he beat the sex trafficking charge and the RICO case. Those 2 hold major weight and major jail time. He is still facing up to 20 years in prison, since the maximum sentence for each count is 10 years, so it would be, getting the max sentence for both, 10 and 10, facing 20. I can say up to this point with the lawyers that he got sharks, bro. He got Brian Steele and whoever all these other people on the team, he got sharks. So if they were able to get him acquitted of 2 of the major counts against him, I'm just going to assume when sentencing comes in October, the shit may not go in favor of the people. You know what I'm saying? The people may not get the case that they wanted. They may not get the sentencing that they wanted. These lawyers are about business. There will be a hearing next week to address the scheduling of Combs' sentencing. About the case, prosecutors accuse Combs of leading a criminal enterprise made up of his closest employees, alleging they used threats and violence to force Cassie Ventura and other women, Jane, who we now know was 50 Cent's baby mom, I think her name was Daphne, to engage in drug-fueled sex acts with male escorts, the Punisher. Combs' lawyers argued the sex acts were consensual and merely preferences. He said, hey man, that was the argument the entire time, which is where the case that they had against him just kind of got less strong as the days went by for the plaintiff, because it was proven and agreed upon with, some of the people that were bringing these cases against him. It was consensual. They were willing participants. Now, that's where it gets muddy, because willing and coercion, when you're under the threat of violence and fear, the lines can be blurred so much. But in terms of the case that was brought, hey man, when it comes to this court shit and the jury, we see this shit go quote unquote wrong all the time. Whether it's the court of public opinion may think something otherwise, and what the actual courts agree upon, hey man, they can only go off of what the case against them is being brought. So do I agree or disagree with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it was consensual. I don't know. I wasn't there, but hey, shit. A lot of it is very difficult to tell. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we can find. So that's just kind of what we know now. Bail denied. Sentencing is later on in the year. The scheduling of his sentencing is going to be next week after this holiday. The holiday's coming up. So there will be a hearing next week to address the scheduling of the sentencing. So right now, we are just waiting and awaiting more news. That's all we have so far. So let's continue down the storyline of this. Let's go ahead and get into some of the play-by-play. I don't want to call it a transcript because we don't have actual documentation of a transcript. All we got is the Inner City Press, my man right here. My man's right here who's been on top of things since the beginning. Inner City Press, if you guys haven't been following this page, they got all the info. My man's right here is giving a play-by-play like it is a goddamn sports broadcast. Literally. So let's go ahead, let's watch him, see what he has to say, because he's been at the courthouse every day. This is week 8. So let's go ahead, let's see.
Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York. Day 35 of the Sean Combs trial, and this may be our last walk, at least during this trial, because the verdict is in. Not guilty, RICO. Not guilty, sex trafficking of Cassie. Not guilty, sex trafficking of Jane. 2 guilties, transportation of for prostitution as to both Jane and Cassie. Now, Mark Agnifilo has asked for bail. He's asked for immediate release today, and there's letters due at 1 p.m. The judge didn't say, no way, go back to the MDC and we'll have briefing. So it could happen. It could happen. And I'm pretty sure that the Mann Act charges are going to be appealed. Alexandra Shapiro, during the pretrial, said, the statute is unconstitutional, racist as applied. So I don't mean to. It's a tragic thing. I just spoke to somebody as I came out, and what I can say is that the conduct described is highly problematic. Highly problematic. The thing that I don't want to be graphic, but where Jane vomited between escort 1 and 3, and Combs apparently said, get out there and perform. But the thing is it a federal crime?
Crazy. That's wild on its own. Yeesh.
Was it overcharged? I think, as I felt throughout, the prosecutors, for good reasons, from their point of view, were trying to kind of break new ground and say, if you're an executive that uses your assistants to, provide procure and use sexual favors, you're going to be charged under RICO. Didn't work this time. I'd literally like to hear from the jurors. Personally, I think Jane's testimony wasn't that, the witness known as Jane wasn't that compelling for a variety of reasons. The prosecutors chose the witnesses that they did. There's 30 civil cases. There's more people out there. I don't know if they held tryouts, but it is what it is. I know that there were going to be many people very disappointed about it. I'd kind of like to know what turned them. I think it's significant that nothing was asked as to Jane and sex trafficking. I think that it wasn't even close, apparently. They looked at it in terms of Cassidy. They looked at the threats made on the plane from Khan. They looked at the videotape and the aftermath. They looked at what Daniel Phillips saw, but they came back with a not guilty. The Mann Act charges were kind of slam dunk. You had transportation of Daniel Phillip and all the Cabral and their performance. So it is what it is. We're going to be covering the 1 p.m. letters and the hearing on bail afterwards. But for now, the Week 8 book is coming, and it's going to be a doozy. Week 8, Diddy on trial.
Diddy on trial. Okay, so that was my man. I think his name is Mark. Matthew Russell Lee. Inner City Press, he keeps it a buck. He gives it straight shooter. Talks about exactly what happened. He gave his opinion about saying, hey, man, a lot of graphic stuff. It's not the most fun to hear about. But in terms of the court of law, that's all we can really base it off of. And the case that was brought against Diddy, the testimonies, it didn't do a good job in swaying the jury, apparently. He said something in the middle of this saying that Jane Doe, which we now know is 50 Cent's baby mom, Daphne, he said her testimony wasn't that compelling. To me, meaning either 1, she didn't really want to do it. 2, she didn't really keep it a buck. 3, maybe this is the side that we may not want to talk about based off of her testimony. Maybe it wasn't that bad. I don't know. But let's listen to this part one more time.
Break new ground and say, if you're an executive that uses your assistants to, provide procure and use sexual favors, you're going to be charged under RICO. Didn't work this time. I'd literally like to hear from the jurors, compelling. There's 30 for a variety. Wasn't that? Literally like to hear from the jurors, Personally, I think Jane's testimony wasn't that, the witness known as Jane wasn't that compelling for a variety of reasons. The prosecutors chose the witnesses that they did. There's 30 civil cases.
This is the state's witness. So my man said, hey, it wasn't that compelling, man. So what more can we really go off of? Why is my keyboard being so whack? All right, so that was my man Matthew. Let's go ahead and get into some more. Get into some of the play-by-play. Just trying to update this as we go, because I got a lot here. We got some reactions. So right now, we're just going off of what we know so far. We're going to get into the reactions from people in the interview. We're going to talk about the serious stuff, the aftermath, baby oil, everything. We're talking about it, people. We're talking about it. We're going to talk about it. So let's get into some more of the play-by-play. Let's get into some more of the play-by-play. Find it. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's get it. 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 Okay. Okay, so we got some play-by-play. This is U.S. versus Sean Combs, day 35, jury deliberation, day 3. So they deliberated for 3 days before they came to a verdict. They reached a 2-5. Unpersuadable opinions on Rico. Let's kind of go through how the day went today. Starting at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's pull this up here. Let's make it a little bit bigger for y'all. Sean Combs is in the courtroom talking with his head lawyer, Agnifilo. Also in the well, Shapiro, Steele, Westmoreland, and Driscoll. Prosecutors nowhere to be seen yet. So right at the back, in the morning, they there early. Defense, they there. They suited and booted. They ready for war. They ready for action, man. They in the war room, B. They ready. They ready. Keep going. 9:30, 15 minutes later. Now Sean Combs is talking with his lawyer, Nicole Westmoreland, while 4 other of his lawyers huddled to the side. So they getting the game plan together. Hey, yo, we going to run the quarterback sneak. If they try to pull us with this, we going to blitz them. And we going over the top, nigga, touchdown. They came up with the game plan. Combs stands up, asking marshals and is allowed to speak to his family seated in the front row. Now back into holding cell. So, he went and spoke to the family. A couple minutes later, the only person at the 3 lawyers table in the courtroom is Combs, lead counsel, Mark Agnifilo, purple ties, working his cell phone with 2 thumbs. Combs' family has cleared out of the front room of the gallery for now. So we get in the picture. This is just depicting the picture of the actual scene. People in the courtroom, what's going on, what it looks like. It's kind of interesting that we can get this just based off tweets. If you have a vivid imagination like I do, I can see literally this going down. Even if I don't know what these lawyers look like, I can visually see this scene here. 10 a.m. There is movement in the courtroom. Combs, other lawyers have returned. There is word of a jury note. Nothing confirmed yet. So 10 o'clock, they've been there for about half an hour. They got word. Oh, shit, jury got a note, man. Shit passing down. We about to get the verdict. Jury got a note. We about to get the verdict. So this 10 a.m., 10:01. They got this 30 minutes in. Note. 10:03. Word given. There is a verdict. U.S. vs. Combs will continue live tweeting below. So my man is there in the fucking courtroom. Live tweeting. Hey, yo, 10 a.m., 10:01. We got a verdict. The shit probably went crazy in there. Not really. It's not like it's a goddamn rap show. Niggas wasn't in there like, yeah, we got a verdict yet. It wasn't like that. But I know in people's minds, they got like, at niggas' assholes got tight, pause. It was crazy. Oh, shit, we got a verdict. It was probably a lot of murmurs. Murmurs. Yo, we got a verdict. Yo, son, I think they got a verdict, B. Yo, they said they got a verdict, my nigga. Yo, they got a beat. Yo, B, they got a verdict. Murmurs started getting loud. My man had to go back in. 10:06 a.m., 3 minutes later. The prosecutors have filled the seats at the front table. Sean Combs has still not been brought back into the courtroom. He's still in the holding cell. He in the back room. A couple more minutes go by. Sean Combs have been brought back into the courtroom now by the U.S. Marshals. He's seated with Brian Steele on his side. Tenny Garagos on his right side. And his family in the second row. It's getting real now, y'all. It's getting real. Judge Subramanian. That's a wild name. Judge Subramanian. We have received note at 9:52 a.m. It reads, we have reached the verdict on all counts. Anything to address before we bring the jury out? Because, they got to ask the court. Ask the legal teams from both sides. Hey, man, ask the state, ask the defendant. Hey, y'all niggas got anything you want to talk about before we bring this jury out? They got the note. They got the verdict on all counts. So no more play. This is the time we've been waiting for. anything else to address before we get this show on the road? No. Let's fucking go. And now, maintain order while the verdict is being read until we have the jury out. All right, here we go. In real time, this is what's going on. Now, he had to take notes. If you realize, he doesn't have any more timestamps on this shit. But here we go. I'll ask our deputy to bring out the jury. Sean Combs remains seated. His 8 lawyers are standing up. All rise, judge says. 8 lawyers is fucking crazy, B. Let's just look up how much on average does it cost to hire 8 lawyers? And this is New York City. This ain't even like no other state. All right. The average cost of hiring 8 lawyers is impossible to determine due to various influencing factors. True, I figured it would be that. However, the typical fee structures and cost influencing factors are described below. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Hourly rates can range from $100 to $400 an hour on average. However, when you got niggas like Brian Steele on the team, experienced or specialized lawyers, and especially if your client is Sean Diddy Combs, that shit gotta get double, triple, quadruple if necessary, nigga. And in major cities, some sources indicate average hourly rates can be as high as $1,400 an hour. My guys, my gals. My guys, my gals. This is big money we talking about. Hold on. Big money coming through. So let's just average, let's say 1,500. Let's round it up one more to 1,500. 8. So I'm going to do some quick math, some calculator math. Let me pull up my phone. 1,500 times 8. That's $12,000 an hour. Let's say on average they work 8 hours a day, you know. My bad, bro. The ads are crazy work. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to make them less frequently on there. I thought I did. I think it's supposed to only be a certain time. I do apologize for that, man. I've been trying to work to get that right. 12,000. And mind you, this is 12,000 an hour between 8. I can't put up the other 4, but 8 lawyers. That could be $96,000 a day if they work in a full-time 8-hour shift. It's crazy work, man. So his lawyers are standing up. Diddy remains seated. 8 lawyers. Crazy work. Big money. Big money coming through. The judge says, "We have received your note. Juror number 5, have you reached a verdict?" We have. We have, Your Honor. We've been trying to go home for weeks. But this bitch-ass motherfucker over here kept not wanting to agree with us. And now we got a verdict. We got a verdict, B. I don't know why my keyboard is being weird. Let's go. Let's see what the verdict is. They said, Juror 5 says, yes, we have come to a verdict. Is it unanimous? It is. Because, you know, that's important. You got to have a unanimous decision when it's I think in federal, you only, I don't know. Don't ask me. Let me see. Let me look it up. In federal, do you need a unanimous, how the fuck do you spell that? Unanimous jury to convict in federal court? Yes, in federal court, a unanimous jury is required to convict a defendant in criminal case. That means all jurors must agree on the verdict for a conviction to occur. A requirement of the 6th and 14th Amendment. All right. So they got the unanimous decision. They here, they in the courtroom. It's time to make the decision. It is. Please provide the verdict to the deputy. The deputy will inquire as to the verdict in a matter of U.S. v. Combs. Count 1. Not guilty. Sex trafficking of Cassandra Ventura. Not guilty. Transportation of prostitution. Guilty. Nigga, you're guilty. This is our first guilty verdict of 3 so far. Jane. This is allegedly 50 Cent's baby mom. Sex trafficking. Not guilty. Transportation for prostitution for Jane. Guilty. All right. Judge, I asked the media not to question jurors about their deliberations. You can contact our chambers. You gave up a lot these 10 weeks. It is inspiring. You work together, rain or shine. You answered the call of public service. That should give us hope. All right. We have come to a decision. The nigga's guilty of 2 out of the 5. 2 of the lesser ones, the sex trafficking ones, no. Prostitution, yes. So let's go ahead, and now that we've made it through what we know so far, let's get into some of the reactions from the industry, from people on the internet, from Toby, from Toby's mom, from Toby's auntie, from Janet over there, from Jasmine and Patchouli, from everybody and they goddamn mom had a opinion and a reaction. Let's now get into it. Chat, how we feeling? Chat, how we feeling, man? I'm sorry for the ads. I truly am sorry about that because I've been trying to figure out a nice balance of making this more of a smoother viewing for you guys. But hey, I try my best. I'm doing what I can. I appreciate you sticking through it for sure because it gets the bills paid. That's part of it. And I tried to reduce them, and apparently it didn't work. I'm going to have to reach out to Twitch and figure out, hey, man, how we can get this done. Or somebody that knows how to do it. But how we feeling, chat? How we feeling about these decisions? Because we about to get into some of these people's reactions about how they felt about it. And, before I do that, I got to get a refill. We have to, chat. This is major news. This is major worldwide web news. This is the worldwide internets. All right, we still haven't made our sub or super chat goal. Like I said, 1 sub, 1 super chat means 1 shot. And if you don't do it, it's okay too, because I still appreciate you guys. I love you guys. How do we feel though? Anything? Any comments? If we don't, fuck it, we're going to go right into it. Let's get into the reaction, starting from none other than Diddy himself. This is a court sketching of what he looked like after the verdict was read. Somebody said bro was ready. He got on his knees and tooted that thing up right away. He ready to get back to the freak-offs. He's ready. He's ready. A drawing of Diddy's reaction in the courtroom after the verdict was read and his attorneys hugged celebrating. Can you imagine celebrating after getting found guilty of prostitution? Now the other, the major ones, yeah, I get it. Hey, I ain't guilty of that shit. But nigga, you still guilty. You were fucking... You got found guilty of prostitution, but hey, when you had sex trafficking in a RICO against you, you'll take it. You'll take it. I'm multitasking, my bad. Diddy ready to go to those white parties? Facts, he's ready. All right, so this is the first reaction. This is Diddy himself in a court drawing, a sketch. And these sketches, they've been making son look crazy. Have y'all seen many of these sketches? Bro has been looking like... The nigga hair gray as fuck now. He ain't got his Just for Men to dye his shit. I always wondered why his hair was so dark. And the nigga's 50 plus. Is like, it didn't have to be completely gray, but with the stress and no hair dye, it's going to be gray. It's going to be gray. It's definitely going to be gray. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see. Let's take a look at some more reactions. So that was Diddy himself in a picture, in a drawing. Let's see what Boosie Badass have to say. Now, Boosie is somebody that I respect in terms of his music and his status in the game. But when it comes to like court shit and just talking, nigga, sit this one out, bro. You're on record saying a lot of shit that just isn't. You're on record saying a lot of shit that just isn't of the status quo. You know what I mean? Your opinions are a little bit out there. It's your opinion, and you're allowed that. I'm not saying that you can't have an opinion, but nigga, you ain't really been the person of reason when it comes to a lot of things. My man said, Boosie a real G, but he gotta chill. You gotta chill. Real G. But real G's need to chill sometimes. You gotta chill and shut up. And I agree. You gotta chill and shut up sometimes. It's okay to be quiet. Let's see what he had to say. So this is Boosie reacting to Diddy being found not guilty of the RICO and sex trafficking charges. Now forgive me, chat. I have not seen this video yet. I watched this in real time with you. So if he says some wild shit, Twitch, YouTube, please, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Man, I'm so glad Diddy free, bro. You know, the reason is...
He's not free. See, already. Nigga, first sentence is fucked up. He's not free, bro. He is not free. And he made this video because I saved it before they even denied or approved his bail. We now know his bail got denied, but this is what I'm saying. When you so quick to run to the internet to give your opinion as an entertainer, bro, it comes off very misinformed. It comes off very clout chasey. He could be genuine in his take. He's an older guy, so I don't think he's chasing clout. Not that that's not a truth statement. Older dudes chase clout all the time. But you got to really understand that you should probably get all of the information before you make a decision and say, hey, I'm glad Diddy free, because your first sentence out the gate is wrong, brother. He got hooked on speaking on DJ Vlad. That's a fact. When people go on these podcasts and they get a platform, especially when they start getting paid for it, Boosie gets paid. DJ Vlad said he pays him to come on the show. He pays a lot of people. If it's going to bring numbers, because he's probably making a lot more than he's paying these guys. Or they may work out a nice split. But either way, that attention and that microphone is a motherfucker.
Man, I'm so glad Diddy free, bro. You know, the reason is because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. Like, and I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this shit for people, you know, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this shit for hip-hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship.
Again, I feel you on the black and white thing, but this is not black and white things, bro. We got footage. I'm gonna let him go. Fuck it.
You know, and people always Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about 7 children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who been in my kids' position.
Let the record show and let the record reflect. If you got kids and you got 7 of them, you could be accused of heinous crimes. You could beat people, grape people, assault people. But if you got kids, man, we gotta make sure we gotta feel sorry for you, cause you know what? You're a parent. And fuck out of here with that shit, man. Everybody that did some foul shit in history was either a parent, a son, or daughter. What we talking about? What we really talking about here?
Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child.
It ain't about the child, nigga. The child ain't do nothing. The daddy did.
So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them damn children, man. So man, I'm glad he free, bro. You know, like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing. You know.
This is somebody that's trying to get in the good graces of the internet by saying something right or not making it about Diddy. We're gonna talk about the kids. The kids don't deserve it, and they don't. But nigga, they daddy do if he did some shit. They're just a fucking casualty of war. Unfortunately. I'm sorry. If the daddy fucking cut somebody's throat and threw him off of a bridge, we can feel sad for the kids, but it ain't, I'm happy that he's free. Come on, gang.
No, nothing but domestic violence.
Fame is like heroin. Facts. Fame is worse than cocaine.
You know. But the court spoke, man, and man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro.
And now he making it about himself. I'm done with Boosie. Shout out to you, man, but nah, nigga. He made it about himself. We don't care. You got acquitted of your shit years ago, bro. That's cool. We love that for you. Are you trying to tell us that, hey, you know what he's going through because you've been in that position? Cool. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. We don't care. The kids, cool. We get it. Kids don't want to see their parents in these positions, but hey, the parents wouldn't be in this position if they wasn't doing no shit that would put them in that place to begin with. So yeah, we can feel bad for the kids. It sucks. But hey, man, this shit is just going to make them stronger. They get to see in real time if they daddy is what everybody's accusing them of being. And it's just like that. Hey, let's keep going. Let's go into some more reactions. So we went through Diddy, Boosie. I got to go into my guy next. Of course, Queens, 50. Let's see what 50 had to say. You know 50 had something to say. 50 Cent reacts to Diddy being found not guilty, and he calls him the... Can I even say this on fucking Twitch? YouTube, y'all respect me, and it's cool, but... I'm afraid to say it. Fuck it, I'ma say it. 50 Cent reacts to Diddy being found not guilty and calls him the gay John Gotti. With some AI photo, and you can see him in the caption saying, yo, Diddy beat the feds. That boy a bad man. He beat the Rico. Clap, 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 clap emoji. He's the gay John Gotti. Clap it up for the gay John Gotti. Groundbreaking, you feel me? It's groundbreaking stuff here, man. So groundbreaking stuff, B. 50. What can we say about this guy, man? 50 is 50, bro. Like, you think he wasn't gonna say anything? You think he was gonna let the verdict of the trial that he's been keeping us informed as much as the news has? You think he was gonna let that shit go by and not give us something? He's working on a documentary right now about this shit. You think he was gonna let the day of the verdict go by and not post something on social media, bro? Come on, dog. Let me actually go to the actual post on Instagram so I can see what the comments say. Twitter is a little goofy when it comes to that shit. So let's see. Let me see what his comment section looking like. Let's see what that comment section looking like. When the hate don't work. Okay. Bunch of crying and laughing emojis. Oops, my bad. Let me take the chat off. Bunch of crying, laughing emojis. Let's see what else we got. 50, you lost this battle. Just saying his chick on the side was your wifey? Just because I had a baby with somebody, I mean, in these entertainers' world, I don't think that makes them your wife. He was never married to her. I mean, but he had a kid with her though, so I can see this person point, hey, man. But clearly 50 don't give a fuck, so he can take you shopping now. Somebody clapping, bail denied. I'd still say OJ and Casey Anthony getting off was more wild than this. I mean, that's a fact too. All right, those were some comments from the 50 Cent stuff. We're almost at an hour in. Let's keep it on some more fun stuff and let's get into this. So I feel life always imitates art. Let me pull up what I'm trying to talk about while we chat. Life is going to always imitate art because you draw inspiration from life. If you're an artist, whether you rap, whether you make music, whatever you do, you're drawing inspiration from something in your real life and putting it into a medium that you can express yourself. Now we see what the outside of the courthouse looked like when these verdicts came down, and man, ignorance at its finest. Ignorance at its finest. And was I entertained? You goddamn right I was. I love ignorance. Ignorance is fun. I don't like to be the ignorant one, please. Don't take what I'm saying for me being ignorant. No. But when I see some other ignorant shit going on, I'm like, yeah. I know that ignorance. I could connect to that. I identify. But I would not want to be the one being ignorant, though. I'm going to identify with it, appreciate it, because ignorant shit is entertaining. I love ignorant shit. Reality shows. I am a huge fan of Love Island. Reality TV, ignorant. But it's entertaining. So let's go ahead and watch this right here. Life imitating art. Some Combs supporters spraying baby oil on each other outside of the courthouse. What the fuck? What the hell? What the hell? Let's see. Let's take a look. I want the baby oil. Quote unquote. Put your clothes on, ma'am. Ew.
I don't know what she gonna do, y'all.
Yeah, facts. I don't know what she gonna do, y'all. I have to turn my camera too. Bacchanal, oh my God, no. I don't know what she gonna do. So like they just said on the camera, I don't know, so we gotta be careful.
I don't know what she gonna do, y'all.
I don't know what she gonna do. Look how many people out there. This was at 9, 10 a.m. in the morning. Anytime I see some shit like this, when there's grown adults, men and women, the first thing that comes to my mind, Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., these niggas ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to do. Now, there's a lot of look like content creators out there, but hey, there's also a lot of people out there without no phones. They got somebody over here with a coffee. Maybe she was just walking by and seen the crowd and thought, hey, I wonder what's going on over there. It's a courthouse. Why is it so rowdy? Let me go take my ass over there and see. And there's a lot of people with camera phones. So, hey, I hope everybody that's here collecting content is making a decent amount of money off this, has been doing it since the beginning. I remember maybe not 2 months, but a month ago, I said when I followed and was covering this shit, I was like, hey man, I wish I was in New York and didn't have anything to do, because I would just show up to this fucking courthouse every morning and make content. I hope that's what these people did, because, hey, if you did, they probably eating right now. They probably done built a whole platform. But this is the thing. You built a platform off of this. You might have gotten a little bag, some checks. Diddy's trial is going to be over in October. What do you do after that to continue your business? You might have had a nice 6 months. But how do you sustain the success that you may have been getting? Are you just going to become the person that just now has a camera outside of the courtroom trying to find the tea? You're damn near like a TMZ reporter at this point. You're like the people that see accidents and shit happening where you chase down accidents. That's like that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. What was that movie? Where he was basically a reporter, or he had a camera and he would get paid based off of him giving the news stories that were in real time going on. So he might see somebody car crash and flip the fuck over. He'd call the news before he called 911. So much so that he had access to the police scanners and ambulance scanners. So he knew exactly where shit was going on. If he didn't find it on his own, he would be the first one there to take footage of it and sell it off to the news, because that's how the news gets their clips. The news ain't everywhere all the time. What is that movie? Jake Gyllenhaal movies. You got a couple of movies, so it may not be easy to find, but yeah, I'm not going to find it. Great movie, though. Nah, I got to find it. Is it Netflix? Camera movie? Nightcrawler. There we go. Nightcrawler. If y'all haven't seen this movie, check this movie out, because it's literally about what these people are doing right here. If they don't have a sustainable business model to continue this content that they've been making, it looked like, oh no, he got a polo on. I'm about to say, it looked like bro with the Knicks hat got on scrubs, but he got on a polo. I thought he came straight from work to get the content. He said, fuck it, my TikTok been going up. I got to get some more. This is my only thing about the content game. If you're not really a content creator or a creator in general, you can fall into a deep, dark hole of just chasing anything that's viral, and then you end up looking kind of silly. You end up looking kind of silly if, especially half these people are old as hell. Nobody in this goddamn crowd is under 50 maybe. You might got some sprinkle in that's in their 40s, late 30s. And that's not a problem, but I just worry that this was the first thing that they saw they can make a living off of. Not even a living. They can make content off of, and started seeing numbers and views come in and kind of got hypnotized by it. But I digress. Shorty is tripping. Let's keep going. So let's more reactions. This is still some of the fun stuff. We're not getting into the serious stuff yet. So with this, this is actually has been debunked. Let me watch this. Let's watch this really quickly. This has been reported on the news too. Top story, CNN, Laura Coates.
A kid that is
outside of the courthouse. I kid you not, people are pouring baby oil on one another outside this courthouse.
Proper and etiquette that is happening inside of a courtroom. No, instead, I kid you not, people are pouring baby oil on one another outside this courthouse. Baby oil having a very big play in the freak-offs we heard about. You have people saying it's not Rico, it's Frico. You got applause coming when the mother of Sean Diddy Combs, Miss Janice, got out of the vehicle just a few moments ago, really, behind us, and walked inside to elated cheers and her greeting the crowd. Every time the family, the children, the 6 adult children come in, 3 boys and 3 girls, they are met by cheers, and also at times throughout the course of trial, met by scathing and disrespectful comments as well.
It's not Rico, it's Frico. That is crazy work. So just to kind of debunk what was going on, that was the scene we saw. I'll play another angle of it, of the people throwing baby oil and shit on each other. A lot of people with cameras and tripods and stands. I want the baby oil is crazy, but this has been debunked in terms of, so this exact scene right here, these are actual content creators, YouTube people. This is one of them right here. I'll actually pull up the tweet that made me realize that it wasn't actually going on. Because, you know, this is the stuff you gotta research, man. Like, you'll see anything on the internet and just go for it and believe this is what's actually going on when, you know what I mean? It's not that all the time. Ignorant is yeah, but it ain't always what you think it is. So, the two main people in this video are performance artist Crackhead Barney. Crackhead Barney alone is a wild name, who does slapstick, satirical street interview videos, and YouTuber Armand Wiggins. So we find out, okay, these aren't just people actually that are supporters. They're actually content creators. So they are actually there making a bag. They're making some money. Now, this is old boy Armand Wiggins. If you have been following our coverage of the Diddy trial, then you know that more oil has taken a life of its own. And so it was only right to have a more oil party with my supporters. Had nothing to do with Diddy supporters. This is ignorance at its finest. Yeah, it's your content, it's your brand, it's what you've made of this shit. But bruh, why has a thing you created named That More Oil connected to something that is so serious as this case that has violence and sexual assault attached to it? How are you able to now make a spin on it and turn it into something where you're like, hey man, that more oil party, more oil with your supporters? And this is just one reason why I say the Boondocks was right, man. The Boondocks was right, bro. Niggas are just gonna be niggas. I'm sorry. Niggas are just gonna be niggas. It's crazy.
Baby oil! Where's the oil?
Hey, yo. Pause, B. Pause. That's crazy work. Crazy, crazy work. All right, so now that we've done watched all of that, let's kind of get into a little bit more of the serious stuff before we finish off with the aftermath of what all of this means, where it's going to go, what's happening. I do still think Diddy beat the feds because he beat the main charges. He not out of the water yet, but hey, he beat the shit that was going to get him life in prison. So let's get into the serious stuff because, you know, according to the court, they may be not a victim of this actual court proceedings, but we still seen a victim of assault. We've seen actual footage of shit that this guy has done to Cassie, who was one of the defendants. Her case of sex trafficking was not found guilty of that. He did get found guilty of prostitution for her. So she is still a victim. I know it's a lot going on. We're going to see a lot more of this shit for the next few months. I do still think it's appropriate to at least acknowledge, like, hey man, it's fun as much jokes we can make about this shit. This nigga is still guilty of like assault, abuse, and violence. We've seen footage of it, specifically with Cassie. Her case with the prostitution, he was found guilty of that. that is one of the ones he was found guilty of. So I always want to just keep everything in perspective. That is a real thing. So let's kind of get into that. As the verdict came down, there was a letter that was drafted. Cassie sends the judge a letter pleading to deny his bail. We now know that the bail was denied. Was it because of the letter? Who knows? But let's just read about it. To the Honorable Arun Sumerian, United States District Judge, Southern District of New York, 500 Pearl Street, New York, 10007. United States versus Combs. The letter reads, Dear Judge, we write as a consul for Cassandra Ventura, aka Miss Ventura, to respectfully request that the court deny Mr. Combs to be released, pending his sentence on his 2 convictions under 18 USC and 241 pursuant to Bail Reform Act 18 USC, yada, 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 yada. Detention is mandatory post-conviction on these charges. And Miss Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to victims who testified in this case, including herself as well as to the community. She was serious about this shit. She said, hey, that nigga gonna harm me. He gonna harm Cuddy. He is a harm to the community. We don't need him out on these streets until he's able to be out legally. No bond. Respectfully submitted, Douglas H. Wigdor. So this is her letter. I mean, maybe we can say, hey, maybe it had some legs to stand on, because we now realize he did not get the bail. So let's take a look at some more stuff, because along with the letter, there were some statements by her lawyer that was released after the verdict was made. So let's take a look at what happened here. Cassie's lawyer has released a new statement following the verdict. Although the jury did not find Combs guilty of sex trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. This is true. The statement reads, let's pull it up. Oh, pretty long statement. Let's take a look. Statement right here from Douglas H. Wigdor LLP. This entire criminal process started when our client Cassie Ventura had the courage to file her civil complaint in November 2023. This is facts. Although the jury did not find Combs guilty of sex trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. By coming forward with her experience, Cassie has left an undeniable, I thought it was undeniable, but maybe they meant undeniable and it's a typo. Undeniable mark on both entertainment industry and the fight for justice. We must repeat with no reservation that we believe and support our client who showed exemplary courage throughout the trial. This sounds like a ChatGPT written note. Only because of these little hash marks in there, them little minus signs. When I use ChatGPT to make shit, they guarantee to put them shits in there for you. But I'm not accusing them of doing that. She displayed unquestionable strength and brought attention to realities of powerful men in our orbit and the misconduct that has persisted for decades without repercussion. This case proved that change is long overdue, and we will continue to fight on behalf of survivors. Okay, so that is the letter based on what Cassie's lawyer wrote. Like I said, as much as we had some fun and joked around with this shit, there's a lot of real life stuff that went on here. Let's keep going. Now, to Boosie's point, the real life aspect to this is the family. You can feel bad, but hey, man, the family didn't do nothing wrong. They're just a family. That nigga Diddy did something wrong, and that's why he's on trial for it. So, hey, this is the real side to it. You know what I mean? You got to understand that, hey, This is the not so fun side to anything legal. You can make fun of it and talk about baby oil, and you got people out front making skits, rubbing baby oil on people, but the family are real people too, that some of them aren't even in the industry, you know what I mean? Let's watch it. Diddy's family, including his mother, sons, and daughters, in a good mood as they leave the federal court after Diddy was found not guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering.
Okay, here they come, y'all.
It's gonna get crazy.
Here they come.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Boom, boom. Here they come, yo. Here they come.
How you feeling, Janice? How you feeling? How you guys feeling? Guys. Oh, look.
I feel better if you shut the fuck up and let me go to my car. I would feel so much better if you shut your dumb ass up and let me walk to my car in peace. Shut up.
Look at the smiles. Look at the smiles. Smile, twins. Smile. How you guys feeling? Look at you guys feeling. Smile. Whoa. There you go, guys. How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? Dana, why you crying?
I'm feeling like I want to slap the shit out you. And I'm crying because I'm sad. My dad's in jail. Nothing worse than somebody telling you to smile when you don't want to, especially a stranger. And even worse, a stranger with a camera. You smile. Shut up. So, you know, that's just another side to it. And let's see what Mama Combs had to say. Diddy mom, Janice Combs, was seen giving a thumbs up as they exit the courtroom today. All right, so thumbs up. Thumbs up, man. Justin, you balding a little bit, brother. I see that little light, and you know what I mean? It's getting a little light up there for you, my boy. It's getting a little light up there, gang. All right, so we done went through where we are now. This reaction, bail denial, the fun, the not so fun side. So let's just get into, to finish off, the aftermath of where we are right now, what we can expect to come from this, and just the views outside the courthouse alone now is kind of crazy, kind of wild. And what went down? Let's take a look, see, and a listen. Here we go. Pro Sean, Diddy Combs demonstrators chant "Let Puffy Go" outside of the NYC courthouse following the verdict. This is from Forbes. Let's see. I asked the same question I asked when we watched the other video. I hope everybody here is living a nice, successful, wealthy life. Because if you're not, the fuck are you doing out here? You ain't got no job? Why are you out here just chilling? The other clip, we seen people with cameras recording content. These motherfuckers out here just chilling. Why? Alright, they erupted into some chants. Alright, let's watch some more. Some more of the aftermath after what went down. So it was some arguments, I think, between these same gentlemen right here. Let's see. I think there were some arguments with these guys. Yep, same people, or same guy at least. Outside the courthouse, two men engage in a heated argument regarding Diddy abusing Cassie. Like I said, this is the actual real side to what happened. We could joke and shit. Men clash and scream outside the courthouse, opposing views on Diddy. Let's go.
He beat him! It doesn't matter. He beat him! He beat him! He kicked him! He spit on him! You can't handle the truth! You can't handle the truth! You can't handle the truth!
There's a lot going on here. Niggas is ignorant. My man got a Louis V jacket with MLB emblems. I ain't never seen that collab.
He beat him! It doesn't matter. He beat him! He beat him!
Bro said it doesn't matter. Wow.
He kicked him! He spit on him! You can't handle the truth! 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 This guy knows what he's talking about! Is it a possibility that Cassie Ventura went through things like this horrific, horrible things that this man, you saw we can agree the videos were horrible, right? Is it possible that she did things that she wouldn't know to because she was so in love with this man? The answer is yes or no. Because I gotta tell you, man, I've done things for women that because I was so in love with them. All I want to do, hold on. All I want to do is put a smile on their face. Yes. Yes.
Yes. You understand what I'm trying to say? At the end of the day, we all have cell phones. 911.
He beat him.
And this is why everybody doesn't deserve a platform. My man with the bucket hat right there, exhibit number 1. It's more performative than actually... It's coming across more performative than actually him believing in what he's saying. I feel like that anyways. He's just going with like the rage bait style of response. Not listening. And you know what? The fact that this is a style of personality nowadays... We could be upset about it, but hey, man. I just hope that he's getting some type of money from being out there. Because, bro, if you're not, you look like a fucking loser. And people are going to now figure out who you are because you showed your face. You may not be on the right side of history. And that shit follows you, man. You have a digital footprint. So, all right. And just to finish off. Before we finish this stream here, Diddy's team is reportedly increasing security at his Miami home ahead of his potential release. We could go ahead and remove that idea because the nigga is not coming home. So that is out of here. And then you got the silly shit like this. You got the super, super duper silly shit like this.
Best friend.
I think this is one of the other content creators. At the Diddy trial, an individual handed out shirts featuring a phrase, "A Frico is not a Rico." Catchy, very catchy. He's probably going to do numbers. Ignorant.
Best friend.
Hold that up for me and kind of explain why you're giving those out. What made you want to do that?
Honestly, the shirt and stuff is explanatory, right? So he's in here for doing this, right? But they're trying to make you think that he's in there for this. A Frico is not a Rico. What you're doing in your own bedroom is not against the law, right? He's making porn tapes with his girlfriend, consenting porn tapes. Now, some people might call it, oh, that's immoral. Well, a lot of stuff that we do, you're not gonna like, I'm not gonna like some things that you do, but it's my personal business, right? So for example, I have a transgender child, right?
You gotta be careful about niggas that wear suits and dress well, but spew bullshit. They try to disarm me with how they dress. This is why I've always been under the impression that I don't care if you are suited and booted. It doesn't mean you deserve to be anywhere over someone that may not have a suit on. Because people that are smart like this guy right here puts the suit on so it disarms you and you automatically think something of intelligence is going to come from him. And then you hear some shit like this. And is he saying anything that's not true? No. But it's ignorant.
My child is going from male to female. I'm a single dad raising my transgender, right? You got some people that will say, well, how can you, that's my child. My love don't have an expiration date.
And is Diddy supportive of your child too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Why wouldn't he be? That's his niece. Why wouldn't he be? Best friend.
So much that just went on right there. Is Diddy supportive of your child? What a wild question to ask someone you're interviewing. And he followed up by saying that's his niece.
Hold that up for me and kind of explain why you're giving those out. What made you want to do that?
Honestly, the shirt is self-explanatory, right? So he's in here for doing this, right? But they're trying to make you think that he's in there for this. A Frico is not a Rico. What you're doing in your own bedroom is not against the law, right? He's making porn tapes with his girlfriend, consenting porn tapes. Now, some people might call it, oh, that's immoral. Well, a lot of stuff that we do, you're not gonna like. I'm not gonna like some things that you do, but it's my personal business, right? So for example, I have a transgender child, right? My child is going from male to female. I'm a single dad raising my transgender, right? You got some people that will say, well, how can you, that's my child. My love don't have an expiration date.
And is Diddy supportive of your child too?
Oh, yeah.
Wild question to ask, unless this guy is related or knows Diddy somehow. And apparently, according to him, they're brothers? Because he said that's his niece.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Why wouldn't he be? That's his niece.
The brothers in some capacity, I guess. And then finally, the icing on the cake, Judge Mathis believes the denied bail is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there. The Krusty Krab is unfair. Let's watch this, and we're going to go ahead and finish off this stream today. Judge Mathis says Diddy being denied bail is unfair. Let's listen and watch what the gentleman had to say.
By now, you know that Sean Diddy Combs has been convicted of interstate transportation of prostitutes, two counts, and has been denied bail. Although I really am concerned about the assaults against the women, particularly disrespecting black women as such, we must go with what he has been convicted of and respect the jury. And as I had predicted, he should be convicted after hearing and closing arguments of only the 2 counts of interstate transportation of prostitutes. We'll see in the future. Listen to us this next week on the Mathis verdict as we'll talk about the entire case. And
all right. He didn't offer us anything about the bail.
The sentencing guideline for a first-time offender is 21 months to 27 months for each count. We'll see whether they're consecutive, whether they're concurrent, or if he deviates from that first-time offender assessment or sentence, if you will. Stay tuned.
Where did he talk about bail? Hey, man, whatever. And at this point, that is the entire thing. That is the Diddy update for today, June 2nd. And then finally, he was denied bail until sentencing on October 3rd, 2025 at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be a schedule next week of when that is actually going to happen. What do we think? What do we think, chat? Is he going to get time served? Is he going to do some time? More time? What do we think? Is there going to be more cases brought after this? This was the federal. You know what I mean? The civil case was originally the one thing that we saw. Will there be any more criminal cases brought against him? I don't know. All I know is, goddamn, hip-hop is a motherfucker. The people you once loved and admired and thought they made great music, because they did, turned out not to be the best role models. And you know what? That's okay too, because hey, they never said that they were. We only believed in them to be these people because that's what they portray to be. it's just like the old saying of Charles Barkley said, hey, man, I'm not a role model. I'm not a role model, and neither were none of these niggas. Hey, man. We'll see. I appreciate y'all for being here. YouTube, TikTok. We are about to end this stream. We are at 1.5 hours. Perfect. This is the amount that I like to do. 1.5 hours. The ads, I told y'all I'm going to figure out how to make that a lot better. I'm not going to take them away because, one, that I can't, and two, I work too hard to be able to get to this place to be able to have ads. Am I really benefiting for them right now? No, but it's still cool to be in a position to have that be a possibility. So they're not going away. I am trying to make them more of a smoother viewing experience for you guys as much as I can. I thought I fixed it. I think I did, because on mine I didn't get as much as I normally did. I got one. It's an hour, and it's an hour is crazy. An ad for an hour is insane. It was 1 minute, I believe, or 1 minute and 90 seconds. So a 90-second ad, 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm still testing this out, trying to figure out what is the best. YouTube, I appreciate y'all. This is my first time on YouTube Live after a few times. Stuff like this, when it involves hip hop, I'm going to start doing more on YouTube. So appreciate YouTube if you've been here. I don't think I paid attention to you guys as much as I normally do. I did, but I didn't see much comments or engagement. So, I did get up out of there. But either way, hope you guys do continue to have a good Wednesday. We'll be back Friday. Friday is going to be a fun one. I do have an interview with an artist on Friday, so you guys can stay tuned and look out for that. It's going to be dope. We're going to be talking graffiti, street art, New York City, Miami, stickers, sticker culture. So much so that it has inspired me to and this artist has inspired me to work on a new project, art project, that I may figure out how I can stream. It may not be here, but I'm going to see if I can do I'll figure something out. So we have that. But that's what's coming out Friday. I'm going to set my schedule for that just to let you guys know what's going on. If if you just joined, if you passed through on Twitch, if you see me on TikTok, I do appreciate you guys. And love yourself, love everybody around you, love your loved ones, all of the things, man. And just stay safe out there. There's a lot of wild shit that goes on in the world. Just stay safe, be safe, and God bless. God bless you. Peace.
You say you busy, but you expect me to hit you like a nigga don't be doing shit. Wait for you, you bitches trippin'. These days my wolves is feeling hungry. Can't get by with a plate of food. You want love, I need loyalty. Before I'm giving all of me, I need the same from you. Is that okay with you? We rob these banks and we run away. I need you to know this road might get tough along the way. Are you here to stay? When I sleep, when I dream, all I see is dollar signs, pill crushes. She'll sneak into my sheets, regardless what her mommy told her. She always listening to daddy anyway. When I sleep, all I see 150s, bad biddies, licky licky. Let me stick and then plot to stick me. My downfall you pray, I drown on my prey. These clowns off their hate. Bad things send her titties to my phone, so I saved her as my lock screen. Inspired by them double